What up, folks? Cajun Blaze here. Today we're going to talk about small Spyderco knives. And I know there's probably some Spyderco knives out there that are much smaller than these, but these are the Spyderco knives that I own and that I consider small Spyderco knives. And this is probably the first small Spyderco knife that I ever purchased. It's the Spyderco Delica. This one here has a fully serrated edge on it. And actually, years ago, I broke the tip off on this Delica. And my buddy Trevor, LSU Tigers 1010, reprofiled the tip. It had a blunt tip. It was kind of flat and chipped, doing something stupid. You should never use a knife to pry something open, because 9 times out of 10 you will chip the tip of it or break the tip off. And this is my Spyderco Delica. I don't carry this knife anymore. It just sits in my collection, and I'll probably never get rid of it because it's the first small Spyderco knife that I ever purchased. And I don't even remember what year. It's probably back in the 90s at some point. VG10, maybe early 2000. Seki City, Japan. And Trevor did a fantastic job. Back in the day, boys in the Army now, he ain't got time for all that. But he fixed me up with a new tip. And fantastic. No jimping. This was before probably Nothing Fancy started hollering about jimping on a blade. Spyderco didn't know nothing about jimping until Nothing Fancy came along. I don't know. That's probably not it. That's probably fake news. But anyway, my first Spyderco, small Spyderco knife, the Delica. And then I picked this up at a Western store. I think it was Lafayette Shooters, where outdoor fun begins. And this is another Delica, a newer version. It's got the steel liners, and on this one you can reverse the clip, tip up, tip down, right or left hand carry. On the original you can only flip it over to the other side, left or right hand carry. You couldn't really make it tip up, and there's no screws on here to take it apart. It just had the compression rivets for the pivot, and to assemble it was like pressed together. So no taking that knife apart. I don't really think you could take this one apart. I've never tried. I don't see any hardware. Maybe if you pop the caps off, some kind of way you can get to it, but never really tried. Don't really carry this one around either much anymore. It's just kind of heavy for a small knife. And I did carry this one a whole bunch. This is whenever Spyderco came out with the colored FRN handles, and they also made it a full flat ground blade. VG10, Seki City, Japan still. This is, I had blue, brown, and I've given them away to different friends over the years. And I think I still have a blue one. Maybe I gave it to my daughter or my wife. Can't remember. But I just really enjoyed seeing a full flat ground blade on the Delicas. It was a sight for sore eyes, especially after enjoying the paramilitary too so much. The slicing on the thin blades just make it really nice for cutting things. And again, you don't ever want to use this for prying something open. It just it wouldn't work too well. You will snap that tip pretty quickly. These are all lockback blades, really smooth. Then I picked up a Cali 3 somewhere along the line. This is got the carbon fiber handle, very smooth carbon fiber, not textured at all. It's the Cali 3. It's got that ZDP 189 steel, and it's got 420 J2 in there as well. It's kind of a pressed laminate blade. You can kind of see the lines. Made in Japan. Excuse me. And I really like the size of this one because it really it's got a lot of similarities to the Delica, but it's just like a Cadillac model of a Delica blade. And it's got that paper clip looking pocket clip that I thought back when I picked up I bought the Sage. This was the first paper clip looking pocket clip that I ever picked up, and I just thought that would fall apart like a $2 suitcase, but it didn't. Holds together really well. It grips just the right amount in your pocket, but yet it's strong enough to where it's not going to just fall out of your pocket as well. It's not too grippy. It doesn't rip your pants apart pulling it in and out of your pocket. It just works really well, and I like the wireframe pocket clips. Aesthetically, they're smooth looking and very cool. And here we go to the Sage. These are a little bit bigger. They're a little bit wider than the Delicas as far as thick. And I had this Spyderco Sage. This was the first Sage that I picked up a long time ago. SPM S30V steel, made in Taiwan. It's got the liner lock, and I really love the carbon fiber handles that they put on here. And again, this was the first Spyderco that I ever purchased with that wire paper clip looking pocket clip, and I just thought that was gonna fall apart easily, but it never did. It was a great little pocket clip. It works really well. This is a super smooth action blade. Love just sitting there flicking that thing. Wife don't really care for it too much. Can't do that while I'm watching TV or when she's around. It's got nice jumping. Just feels, the ergonomics feel really great in the hand. And of course, my second Spyderco Sage that I bought was the next one, the Spyderco Sage 2 that came out, and it was kind of like the Chris Reeve design. Has the frame lock, integral frame lock. Again, it has the wire pocket clip. Just a fantastic blade. It's got the flow-through design, super smooth. Again, it has the CPM S30V steel, Taiwan. I mean, I love Chris Reeve knives, and how could you not like the Spyderco Sage? Just don't carry these as much anymore though, but it's cool to have. Pocket clip can be reversed. Same on this one. You can put it on the other side. Great for left or right hand use. And of course, with the Spidey hole, anybody with left hand or right hand can actuate the blade and use it. Great little cutting tool though. Then my brother one year picked this up for me, the Spyderco Sage 3. It's got the ball lock on there. Very cool blade. Haven't carried this much. It's more of a collector's piece for me. CPM S30V steel again, made in Taiwan. Very cool, thin, slicing blade. Makes for, man, if you want to do some food prep, cut a couple of tomatoes, maybe some vegetables. These thin blades work really great for cutting and slicing things. Not bad at all. This is actually a very smooth blade as well. Very easy to open, close. And the ball just fits right in that little pocket there whenever you closing it. Lockup is solid, rock solid on these. Again, it's got the wire pocket clip on it. Holds very well. This has got the G10 I like the color of the blue. Doesn't tear up your pocket. It's not too aggressive, but yet aggressive enough to get a good handle on it, get a good grip. Choil jimping, spine jimping. Just a great little EDC folder. And of course I got my Spyderco Native. This is my original Native that I bought. You can tell by the pocket clip it goes back to the old Delica days, where you can take that pocket clip completely off or reverse it to the other side if you'd like. Bought this at Lafayette Shooters a long time ago. CPM S30V steel for only 60 bucks. This was a great buy. Golden, Colorado, USA, right here on Earth. And out of all of these knives, it's the only one that's made here in the USA. And I actually been carrying this one a couple of days now. The only bad thing is with this pivot pin in there that's kind of pressed like a rivet. Just it's not as smooth. It kind of catches a little bit. It's just really tight, so it doesn't make a great flicker knife. It's not hard to open or close, but you just can't flick it. You're not going to sit there and flick this one open. It's just not going to happen. You kind of get stuck because I don't believe there's any washers in there. And it's real grindy like. And if I can remember correctly, it's always been like that. But I do like the cool design on the FRN handle. That Spyderco spider web groove there. Just looks really cool. I think it's a cool looking blade. I like the blade shape. I like that spear point and that swedge grind on the top of it. I just think it looks really cool. Great little slicer blade as far as cutting. Not as great as a full flat ground blade, but I mean, just look at the difference. You know, much thinner, much smoother on a full flat ground blade. But it gets the job done. Cuts very well. And with S30V steel, you can't go wrong. Anyway, that's all I got to say. This is my small Spyderco knives. And hope you all have a great day. The Cajun Blaze always says, not A, not B, but see ya in the next video, that is. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.